Hello everyone, I hope you all are fit and fine. So in this video, we will start with a new chapter, that is reproduction in plants. What do we mean by this term? It is the process by which new organisms they are generated from older generation. It is actually a process by which living organisms they produce new generation of their own kind. It is the fundamental feature of all living beings. So, what is the process? It is the process by which the living organisms they produce new organisms from their older generation, and it is the fundamental feature of all the living organisms. Now, there are some modes of reproduction in plants, and these modes are asexual method, vegetative propagation, then is the sexual method. So these methods are further divided into following types, that is fission, budding, fragmentation and spore formation. Then vegetative propagation is further divided into two types. First one is natural method of vegetative propagation, and the second one is the artificial method of vegetative propagation. In the natural method, we will observe how the new plants they are generated through vegetative propagation with the help of roots, by stem and by adventitious buds on leaves. And in the artificial method, we will observe the new organisms, the new plants, how they are produced by stem cutting, by layering, by grafting and by tissue culture. Then is the sexual method of reproduction. So these are the modes by which the living organisms, that is here we are dealing with plants, means plants they will produce the new organisms of their own kind. So let us study first the difference between asexual and sexual methods. So in asexual method, it is involving only one parent. It involves only one parent. However, in sexual method, two parents are involved. Two parents are involved and the two parents are of opposite sex. Then the gametes, in asexual method, no gametes are formed. But in sexual method, two types of seed cells are involved, that is male gametes and female gametes. Male gametes are the sperm and the female gametes are the ovum, right? And here zygote is not formed. What is zygote? Zygote is the first cell which is produced after fusion of male and female gamete. What is zygote? Zygote is the first cell which is formed after fusion of male and female gamete. Or in other terms, you may say zygote is a fertilized ovum. What is zygote? Zygote is a fertilized ovum. So, in asexual method, no zygote is formed, but in sexual method, male and female gametes they fuse together and they form zygote. In asexual method, the new individuals they are identical to each other as well as to their parents, and they are referred to as clones. What are clones? These are the new individuals which are identical to each other as well as to their parents. But in sexual method, new individuals they share characters of both the parents. So these are some of the differences between asexual and sexual method. Let us study the first method, that is asexual one. Here we know only one parent is involved, one parent is needed, right? So single organisms divides and produce two or more individuals. Neither formation nor union of gametes is there, right? And the individuals they are genetically identical to their parents as well as to each other, and thus these individuals are referred to as clones. What are clones? These are the new individuals that are genetically identical to the parent as well as to each other. They are referred to as clone. Clones, similarly, in simple terms, we may say these are the exact copy of a parent cell. So this is the asexual method. In this we will study further binary fission, right? First one is binary fission. In binary fission, an individual, it divides into two identical daughter cells. Let us assume this is a bacterial cell, right? We know bacteria, it is a single cellular organisms and it is a prokaryotic. In prokaryotes, the nucleus is not well defined. So let us assume this is the genetic material of the bacteria and it is surrounded by a cell wall, and inner to the cell wall there is plasma membrane. So this is a bacteria. First step in binary fission is that the cell will elongate and the DNA is replicated. The cell elongates and the DNA is replicated. Cell will increase in size and DNA is replicated. Then further we will observe that cell wall and the plasma membrane, they begin to grow inward. They will begin to grow inward, right? And finally this construction, it deepens and from one parent cell, two daughter cells are produced. One main point to remember in binary fission is that here in binary fission, division of nucleus is taking first, then the cell is dividing. Means the genetic material that is here, DNA we have observed, it will divide, it will replicate first, then the cell will divide. So this is the method of binary fission we have studied in bacteria. Next one is the budding. What is budding? It is actually observed in yeast. What is yeast? It is a unicellular fungus. What is yeast? It is a unicellular fungus, right? So here you will observe, let us assume this is a yeast cell or a parent cell. On the parent cell, a small outgrowth, this is the small outgrowth will be formed, right? And this outgrowth will again divide and a chain of cells, a chain of new cells will be formed. And finally this detaches from the parent cell and forms a new individual. Budding, it is found in yeast, and here the daughter individual arises on the parent organisms. Means the daughter individual, the new organism, it is arising on the body of the that parent cell. How? As a small bud-like outgrowth, and this bud grows and detaches from the parent cell and forms a new individual. So this is the process of budding. Then is the fragmentation. What is fragmentation? It is found in green algae, that is Spirogyra. What is Spirogyra? It is a green algae, and Spirogyra is a simple multicellular organism. So what is Spirogyra? It is a green algae and it is a simple multicellular organism. Means its body is made up of number of cells, right? There it is observed. This process, fragmentation, is observed in green algae in Spirogyra. Here the body of the Spirogyra, that is filaments, it breaks into two or more fragments. What are fragments? These are the pieces. What are fragments? These are the pieces. So the body of the Spirogyra, that is filaments, they break into two or more fragments, that is pieces, and each fragment ultimately grows into a new individual, and each organism will perform its role as an independent organism. These two individuals, they will now grow as independent organisms. Then is the spore formation. Spore formation is the next method of asexual process. Here the spores are formed. Now the question arises, what are spores? These are the thick-walled, resistant asexual reproductive bodies. What are spores? First one is tiny, thick-walled, means they are small and their wall is thick, and they are resistant asexual reproductive bodies, means They help in reproduction process, but they are resistant. Resistant means they will resist the unfavorable environmental conditions. And here, these spores, they are produced in a specialized structure, that is sporangium. Spores, they are formed in a sporangium. Let us assume this is a rhizopus, right? This is a rhizopus. We know what is rhizopus. It is a bread mold, right? And this is the hyphae. Hyphae of this rhizopus, it is known as sporangiophore. At the tip of this sporangiophore, there is a sporangium. So this is a rhizopus. Rhizopus is having a hyphae, very long hyphae, that is known as sporangiophore. And at the tip of this sporangiophore, there is a sporangium. And inside this sporangium, there are spores present. When this sporangium, it will rupture, then these mature spores will be released, right? And during favorable condition, each spore will develop into a new plant. So what we have observed here in spore formation, so let us say this is a rhizopus, right? So this is a rhizopus. Here, this is the erect hypha, and it is known as sporangiophore. Sporangiophore. And at the tip of this sporangiophore, there is a sporangium. This is sporangium. And this sporangium, it bears spores. Means spores, they are present inside the sporangium. When this sporangium, it will rupture, then these spores will released outside, right? And under favorable conditions, these spores will develop into a new plant. So these are some of the methods of asexual process in plants. So what methods we have learned today? That is, firstly we have studied the definition, then we have studied the modes, that is asexual, vegetative propagation, then sexual process. Then we have studied the differences between asexual and sexual reproduction. Then we have studied asexual reproduction, what is there only one parent is involved and there is no formation of gametes and no zygote is formed, right? Then we have studied the further types, that is binary fission, budding, fragmentation and spore formation, which will help in the development of the new organism through which process? Through asexual process, right? So that's all for today. Take care.